Hello everyone! So this is my winter wash routine and I am in college, so I splurge on some products while going the cheap route on other products, and you'll see here how that helps me keep my hair healthy at a budget. Sorry. So these are just my pre-poo products. These are my standard pre-poo. I always pre-poo with coconut oil and have something to dampen my hair with. If it's not the hair milk, sometimes I'll just use water. And then I always have a little bit of a cream to help revert my hair texture back to its curly texture. To begin, I have to first take down the style I had previously, which was 2-strand twist that I wore in... At first I had a middle part going all the way back, and I had them in pigtails, low pigtails at the bottom, and then I put it into a bun later on. And so I'm just taking those down, and I'm working in sections. So I'm first only doing the top quadrant, and then I'll move on to the other quadrants, and I put all my products on a single quadrant and before I move on to the next one. So here's all that. So I layer all 3 products in a very specific order. I first dampen my hair with the hair milk so that I feel like the coconut oil absorbs better on wet hair than it does on dry. So I use the hair milk instead of just water because I feel like it adds a little extra nutrients to the hair. And I dampen it, not so it's soaking wet, because you know it's not watered. I do have to buy it, so it's not cheap, so I want to use it sparingly but enough that the hair can be penetrated by the oil. And so I dampen it, and then I put a generous amount of coconut oil, like a couple handfuls, and I make sure to massage that tips to roots, and I work through that, and then I detangle that, and I finger detangle, and I thoroughly do that, and then I come back with the comb and I detangle it that way, and then I just top it off with the Shea Moisture hair mask because that really helps seal in all the products, and I feel like it helps seal in the coconut oil so it's not running down my hair. It keeps everything in place while adding a little bit extra moisture to it. And yeah, I do those same 3 steps all over each of the 4 sections, and then I braid them all up. So here's all that. Alright, so now that all 4 sections are thoroughly saturated, I just go back in with a little bit more coconut oil and give myself a little scalp massage. This stimulates growth as well as it breaks up all the oil and buildup on my scalp and helps releases that before a shampoo, so I don't have to work as hard with my shampoo to get my scalp clean. Now that all my products is on and my scalp is massaged, I pin up the braids to keep them gathered and secured, and then I am going to put a shopping bag on my head, and that's just going to keep in all the products and the heat. And then after I put on the grocery bag, I will put on a t-shirt, and that is just for added heat retention, and it also helps collect any leakage that happens, because as these products warm up, they do get more runny. And so I'm just putting the t-shirt in, tying it in a little bun, just because that's how it's easiest for me. And I'm just securing that with a rubber band, and then I will let everything sit for at least 30 minutes. Today I did 45 just because I was doing other stuff, and that's just how long it took me. I'm going to use my OGX shampoo and conditioner. I find that this is the only drugstore brand that my natural hair likes. After my shower, I just dry my hair off with the same t-shirt I was using earlier. I don't use any towels or anything, so I'm just going to pat my hair dry and make sure that the roots make sure everything's about 60% dry. Because when my hair is dripping wet, it just never dries, so I want to get most of the moisture out first. For styling, I'm just using oil, a detangler, and a light gel. This helps maintain my hair for the week to week and a half that I'll be wearing the style without weighing it down, and yet now I'm using the same hair refresher milk from before, just as a light little leave-in, and I am spraying that all over my hair. Now I'm creating a deep side part going all the way back, and that's going to be the first section of hair that I'm going to focus on and start working with, and the rest I am just rubber banding out of the way. Knots in it, and then I'm going in with my oil, and I'm just saturating that throughout the whole section. And then I'm coming behind that with my Shea Moisture Extra Moisture Detangler, and I am just saturating that throughout the whole section, doing a light finger detangle, and then grabbing my wide tooth comb and making sure that every strand is equally saturated before I move on to my next product. Now it's time for my curl enhancer now that my hair is thoroughly detangled, and I am just going to saturate my hair with this, and this helps lock in the style a little bit more, and I'm just going to rake that through with my hands. My hair, and I'm going halfway back and stopping at my ear, where I'll then just finish that little flat twist off with a single 2-strand twist. And I'm going to Bantu knot that to keep it out of the way and keep the flat twist really tight. Taking medium to small size sections and creating individual 2-strand twists that I'm just going to let hang there. And yeah, that's just going to be the back half of the style. Divided the section into front and back, making the front end at my ear, and the back is everything behind my ear, the front is everything above my ear. And for the front section, I am just going to be applying all my product the same way and detangling it in the same process I did for the other side. Section, I am going to create one large flat twist, making sure that they go back, making sure that the twist back away from my face. And I am also just going to twist all the way down to the end and create a Bantu twist. And you can feel free to break this section down. Maybe you don't want as big of a front section, but I like it, so I'm just going to twist this section up and out of the way. Of my product, and I started to detangle, but as I was detangling, it was just I couldn't get to the middle section, so I had to break that in half just to make sure that all of my hair was fully saturated. And then I started at the bottom half and just put on all the products and detangled thoroughly, and I'm just doing a single 2-strand twist all the way throughout this section and the top section. once I finished putting in all the individual twists in the back sections, I just let my hair air dry for an hour to make sure it wasn't too damp before I went to bed so that it would be fully dry in the morning. And I just wrapped it up with a scarf and then put a bonnet on in the back. And then I took down my bantu knots that were nice and stretched and keeping my front section stretched, and I just put them back into buns with the help of bobby pins, and that was my style for the whole week. Alright, I don't even know if I'm in frame, but whatever. So I just wanted to pop back in. It's the end of the week. This style has lasted me all week, no problem. I have just been moisturizing it on a need basis. When I need to, I have been spraying it with the refresher milk and putting some oil on it. And today I had to retwist my front twist because after all week and one night of not wrapping it up at night, they had become a little fluffed and they needed some revival. So I retwisted those. I took out the twist in the back, and yeah, everything it still feels great. The moisturizing detangler that I use, I absolutely love because not only does it make it super easy to detangle, but it holds a lot of moisture in for my hair. And some oil, vitamin E oil is kind of my go-to oil for a daily basis. Like I love coconut oil. I love coconut oil for my pre-poo. Like that's kind of the only thing that works for my pre-poo. And then, but I don't like wearing it on a daily basis. So I like to wear something more like the vitamin E oil. So, I'm only going a week and I've been wrapping it up, 6 out of 7 nights. And, even like if I'm just at home lounging and like taking a nap or like rolling around on the couch or on the bed, I'll wrap my hair up while I'm just at home. So that way, it's that added protection. That's not a word. Added protection. So the only time my hair is really exposed to the elements is when I have to leave the house. And, then I'm exposed to the elements and it's like, rather be at home in my nice little bonnet, but sometimes, you gotta work to get money. Anyways, so if you like this style, let me know. If you have any style recommendations or something you would like to see, let me know and I will try it out. But until next time, it has been Casey and I will see you again. Bye!